I know.
The worker guy come in and do it.
Hello. Good morning. Well, good morning on the West Coast. Good evening here. Hold on. Okay. What was that? Good morning. Good morning. I thought we'd meditate together later because I don't know. If I don't do 5 minutes of meditation, then I'm just going to be unbalanced, would be the right word. Unbalanced, anxiety, all those things. Hi, Jessica. How are you guys? And I'm going to try out this new device that I got. I want to meditate with it. Hold on. Can you guys still hear me if hold on. If I plug this in, just type in yes if you can still hear. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me with that in? Yes or no? Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to play this while we meditate, this little thing. It's a Qi Coil. I'm not a huge person who meditates for hours on end. I don't have the time, and I don't have the just the attention span to do so. So what I like to do is I like to meditate for 5 minutes, at least 5-10 minutes is a good day, and that never happens. But I use devices like this that just kind of help get me quicker, just move that energy out from around, because we do have an aura and stuff gets stuck onto there. Other people's emotions, watching a scary movie, feelings, all that crap gets stuck in our aura. And it's kind of like a shadow that follows you. It's always with you. And when that happens, I just need things to just clean it out. So that's why I like little tools to help me. I'll show you what the aura looks like if you guys never... This book, by the way, is pretty awesome. You can tell it's been well loved. But I'll show you what the aura looks like, okay? Hold on. So, plants have an aura. You see that right there? That's why having alive plants in your room, that's why having, some people go, oh, crystals. Well, crystals hold energy, right? Crystals, think of that little strip on your credit card that holds all the information. You take that gray strip out, which is made of silicone, the information wouldn't be there. So this is a Qi Coil. It's a frequency device, and I just like to meditate with it. I usually put it on my root chakra because I have a lot of issues down there. Anytime you've had trauma, anytime you've been in a bad relationship, especially women, that's the womb of life, you will tend to have issues down here. That's where it gets stuck. So think of chronic constipation. I mean, your diet plays a role, but we're talking about emotional, right? Because we're also emotional beings. Think of cysts, fibroids, think of all these things. And this is what it usually looks like. I'll show you what it looks like so you understand. And that's why it's important that we not just focus on diet, but also having a little tool to help you feel cleansed, okay? Does lectin, I don't know what lectane, is that an herb or is it a drug, or I've never heard of that. Lectins, I know what lectins are. Those are bad for your gut. It's like gluten, and you don't want to avoid those foods, but you can prepare them properly so you don't. Okay, so this is what we look like. We literally take in other people's energy, okay? We have different energy centers. So that's why I use tools like this, frequency tools, and I just cleanse it out. Like the other day I had a conversation with a family member of mine, and it didn't go well, and I was left when you hang up the phone and you're not my energy. So what do? I just want to shift it out of my field So it's not weighing down on me like a backpack that is not mine, a heavy backpack. I don't want it. Literally, when you're pissed, like you can literally feel your shoulders tense. Thank you. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, my page, but I'm also in a new chapter. I have a baby, and sometimes I just like to do like videos of me and my baby, because I know this time will never, it's gonna pass, and it's passing by so fast. And so this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. There's blockages here, sometimes here, here, here. And so, yeah, you can meditate, or you can go to Reiki. You know, Reiki is a wonderful tool. I can't afford to go to Reiki that often, so that's why I buy tools like this, and I just place them on myself, and that way I can meditate, and it just helps. You know, the name of the book is Hands of Light by Barbara Ann Brennan. Barbara Ann Brennan. Thank you. It's very beautiful. It's different crystals, and I put frequencies in them. But yeah, I like them. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? How was your weekend? I can't believe it's already Memorial Day. I literally, thank you, Jana. I literally felt like Christmas was like, I meant card. So I don't know, it's an amino acid. Amino acids are always good, but I always like to get amino acids. I don't know about that. So I do collagen or gelatin, which is animal based, and you're also getting a little bit of protein. But I have heard, you know, like I've done amino acid therapy in the past. It's not something I take every day, but like sometimes if I want to boost something, I'll take it for a month or two, and I'll just get my, you know, boosted up. But did you have my baby? I did have the baby, and the baby is thriving and happy. I'm doing well, Mel. I was just saying like how the world just is moving by so fast, and I feel like it was just Christmas yesterday. Well, if it's working, I don't know much about it. I do know it's an amino acid, and sometimes these things are great as short-term therapies, right? Not something I'd want to take for the rest of my life, because you don't really need to, but you do need to take your minerals, and you do need to meditate, because every day we get different, you know, energy. Some days you wake up with great energy, and anything you watch, anything you hear, any person you talk to, these things will affect you daily. They just do. You know, they just do. The name of the book is Hands of Light. I do have it on my Amazon page in the book section with different books. She was awesome. Her name was Barbara Ann Brennan, and she was a, you could go to her for Reiki. She's no longer with us. She passed, I think she passed in her late 90s. But I would have loved to have a session with her. So releasing trauma. There's a therapy called shake therapy. I can do a video on it where you literally, you meditate for a little bit, and you sit back and you just start shaking. And what will happen is your body will start just shaking uncontrollably, and that's one way. There's tools you can use, like frequencies tools, and you put it onto your stomach, and they literally have frequencies for negative energy release, and you can just use them where you want, and you just kind of, you need to assist your body, like basically telling your body, you've got this, you're so strong, we don't need to hold on to this anymore. Like, talk to your body like it's a person, because your body is something that is part of you. You've chosen this body. This tool, you can go to Qi Coil. I believe they have a TikTok, Qi Coil, COIL, and you can learn about it there. How do you deal? Oh, somebody asked me, how's my life in Pakistan? Honestly, it's amazing, and I wanted to do a video about this. I'm an American citizen. I'm also a Canadian citizen, and I just feel like what's happening right now in the U.S., the food inflation and the prices, but not only that, the quality of food and the things they allow, the chemicals they allow, which are virtually banned everywhere else. These things were a major decision in me moving, because for me, food is a big deal. Like some people, like that's a non-negotiable. I enjoy good food, I enjoy fresh air, and I enjoy good water. And when you start messing with those three things, you're messing with my quality of life. I'm a homebody, so it doesn't matter for me. And then the places that I do visit, like we go out to dinner maybe once a week, I go to the American restaurants, meaning like a lot of foreigners go there. So it's not like anything's really changed. I'm a homebody, so it's fine. But it's really sad to me that like you have to pay so much to eat organic, and you know, it really gets to me. And then on top of that, even organic is sprayed. So to me, quality of life was one of the major decisions why I chose to move. And thankfully, my job is online, so I'm grateful for that. My mom is 80 and she get chronic UTIs with, you can DM me on Instagram. There's a bath that I do, but short term, there's a pill, a supplement called Demonase, and it's basically just cranberry extract. So she'd want to take that. She'd want to get her gut health, because the gut microbiome and the microbiome down there, it's all connected. So a good spore-based probiotic. And then there's a bath that I used to do. I used to sit in a tub with as hot as I could handle it, and I would pour this solution in, and you could literally feel it open up, and I would sometimes just like release, just like you would see the bath water and it have like weird stuff in there. And I did that often. So I got a UTI during my pregnancy because I used some bad water. They don't use toilet paper here. And also your blood sugar is elevated when you're pregnant. And I tried antibiotics because I don't know, the other therapies weren't working fast, and the antibiotics made it worse. It just kept coming back because it messed with my gut bacteria. And that's when I resorted to doing this bath every other night, and it just like, it's never come back, thank God. Too hot, is it dangerous? It is 110 degrees. It is 110 degrees, I'm not gonna lie. Food is energy. Food is energy. Food is life, exactly. Praying for it is a meditation. Yes, it is a meditation. I do try to pray, but I don't unfortunately pray 5 times a day. And I used to, but I know I'm not going to judge myself. I'm just really tired mama, and I have a lot going on. But I do try to pray at least 2 or 3 times a day. Food is life, and the water was another thing. I used to take a shower, and I would get these red blotches. My hair was falling out. And the water literally smelled like chlorine. So I'm like, what's going on here? I mean, you could still buy a filter, but it's still like, it's just kind of messed up. I live in Islamabad, Pakistan, the capital, and it's really hot right now. That's why I'm wearing their traditional clothes. I'll show you what their traditional clothes look like. So you wear like cotton and linen. Obviously, everything's not, I mean, you could wear short, but you like to be modest, so you wear one of these, like a tunic, and then you wear these cotton pants, which are really comfortable. And then when you go out, you wear a scarf around your neck that like flows. I kind of like them because they're so pretty. And these are the traditional clothes. They're like linen or cotton, and they're really good. The tool is called Qi Coil, Qi Coil. They have a YouTube channel on the website, and you can go there and learn all the information. And I use it 5 minutes a day. Okay, so I haven't tried, I know that copper and retinol play a huge role in gray hair. The products that I like, I've ordered them, but my sister has to bring them in. Qi Coil. Oh, okay. So I will let you know. So there's no videos until I have an update if it's really working. But today I'm gonna make a coffee scrub. So I use organic coffee beans, and I save them in the fridge. Let me know if you guys want a video on this. And then caffeine is known to help tighten the skin. It's also great for like, how does retinol help gray hair? It activates copper, which then activates the enzyme thyronase, which is, that enzyme is what helps pigment. It helps activate the melanin. So that's how it works. When do you plan on going back to the US? I do have to come back at some point to do, like, you know, paperwork and taxes and all that fun stuff. So I don't know. I want to wait till the baby's a little older. And so maybe next year sometime. Can I use sea moss gel on my face? Definitely. I like to use it sometimes on my body and go in the sun for 10 minutes, and it's really cool. But the caffeine, if sometimes we get stretch marks, or you just want to like exfoliate your body, so you save your preferably organic coffee beans that are not, you know, mold tested, and you would add coconut oil, and you would add vitamin E, and you can just use it as a scrub. I will do a video on that. Retinol cream for gray hair. No, retinol. So you want to take cod liver oil. Does everybody know about like Accutane? That's basically synthetic vitamin A. You don't ever want to take that. It's very bad, but you'd want to take cod liver oil, and I'm waiting for the brand. I only trust one brand, and they don't ship it here, so I shipped it to my sister, and I'm just waiting to see her in September. So it's kind of a long wait, but it's worth it to me. The bath you use, what is it for? It's for UTIs, you know, anything that is unbalanced down there. It just helps bring oxygen, and I don't like, you know, I'd rather you guys DM me. I don't want it's a trigger word what I use. What's good for hair growth? So it really depends, Jessica, what is happening to your hair. It could be stress, it could be your thyroid, it could be as simple as like your shampoo, it could be a filter. I'd have to know exactly. It could be you got COVID, or you went through something traumatic. Back in the day when I had something traumatic happen to me, I literally had a bald spot here, and I didn't know about holistic health, and the doctor used to give me steroid shots because I went into shock and my hair was just falling out, you know. So I'd have to know more. How many teaspoons would you recommend of the sesame seed? So that is just, you know, people ask me about, I'm one of these people that just mixes. So basically you just want it to be like a paste, and you want to, the reason why we're grinding it up is it's hard to absorb sesame seeds if they're not grinded up. They will just run through you. So when you grind it up, it's just easier. Hair loss, a lot of hair falling off. Okay, before we start, are you stressed out? Did you go through a traumatic event like a divorce? Did you just have a baby? How's your thyroid? Do you have cold hands or feet? We'd want to know that beforehand. No. So has this been happening for a long time? Has it just happened? But short term, you can start to gua sha your scalp. Exactly what Jana said. Pumpkin seed oil, which oils high in vitamin E. It's an antioxidant, your fat-soluble vitamin. You can also gua sha your scalp to get more blood flow there. Sometimes we have tense muscles, and then the blood doesn't get to the scalp. You can use what she said, rosemary oil. You can drink nettle tea. It's been happening more after my kids. So what happens, and people don't talk about this a lot, is after you give birth to a baby, you lose about 80% of your minerals, okay? You lose about 80% of your minerals. And this would be the same thing because of COVID. You went through something that shocked your system, and you lost your mineral reserve. So you have to replenish. I only take 2 supplements a day now. My first year of healing, it was more, but now I'm just like down to 2 or 3. Magnesium is non-negotiable. That is something you have to take every day. And for me, Shilajit, because it covers everything else. And then sometimes, like a couple times a week, I'll take vitamin E just because it's a wonderful fat soluble. Nettle tea is great in minerals as well as oat straw tea, but nettle tea, one thing it's wonderful is it helps reduce your endotoxins. So if you've been using plastics your whole life, spraying perfume here, you know, we pick up these endotoxins every day. It will help reduce that. you know, and it's great to drink. That hibiscus tea right now, make yourself a great iced tea. It's summertime. I like to just make it in the morning. I make a huge batch, and I also boil it with fresh ginger, and I use a little bit of maple syrup, and it's delicious, and I just drink it all day long. I really rely on teas now for hydration than water, because the water is just, you know, it's not as good as it used to be. Good morning. Which magnesium? So I use different types. So magnesium glycinate's great for anxiety, sleep issues. Magnesium malate is just wonderful overall. I would get 2 or 3 and just rotate throughout the week. Magnesium hydroxytate is wonderful for constipation, if you're somebody who's constipated. So I just have different ones and I rotate. Like one night I'll do one, the other night I will do another, just based on how I feel. I love my necklace. I bought it from a healer and I put frequencies into it. So it's not bought from a store. I go to these special spiritual people and I get crystals from them. I am thinking about adding crystals, offering them to people with frequencies. Let me know if you guys would be interested, because frequencies, we're electromagnetic beings, okay? If not, they couldn't hook you up to an EKG. The FDA approved PEMF therapy for broken bones. What is that? It's basically a frequency. So to me, wearing frequencies, having frequency devices that help shift your frequencies is just another tool in today's world that we need, because we don't live the same lifestyle like our ancestors did. We live a more stressful lifestyle. We're consuming social media. Everything you consume affects you, every movie, every thought, so I like to cleanse myself out and just bring in good energy as much as I can. Non-toxic perfumes, Liza, there's a brand called Dime, D-I-M-E. They're awesome. I wish I had a code, but I don't. They're not that expensive. I heard one of their perfume, just read the reviews, smells like the Baccarat Rouge. So it's pretty good. So selenium, so I do a class. Selenium and iodine are what your thyroid needs. You don't want to just take straight iodine, very dangerous. So one way to get iodine if you're not eating seaweed is kelp. Kelp is super cheap. I think 200 tablets are like $9.99. And so you'd want to take that. That's another thing I take a few times a week. Sorry, I didn't mention that. For 2 years, I was taking it daily to build up my levels. And then now I just take it here and there. But now that I'm breastfeeding, I should be taking more iodine because it really affects your milk. I don't think it can cause hemorrhoid. It depends. You do need to take less. The more you take, you will have diarrhea. Hi, can you explain how to apply castor oil on the liver? Sure. So castor oil, they call it the oil of Christ. The main ingredient that helps, we have tons of lymph nodes here, right? Lymph is like your sewer system. So castor oil, the main ingredient is rhenolic acid. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. But when you apply it to your liver, I like to go all the way down. And I put a tiny bit in my belly button. And then you add like a heating pad. It starts to push in the oils, and then sometimes you even hear your stomach go "Arr," and it's just like moving your lymph nodes as well as moving the xenoestrogens that tend to build up on the liver. So it's pretty awesome like that. There's other oils, Ayurvedic, that my grandmother used to just put into the navel at night. If you guys want, I can do a video on that. So if you want one for weight loss, you would use organic, raw pressed olive oil. If you want better skin, you would use mustard seed. And I do this sometimes. They're right by my bed. And I just sometimes at night, I put a few drops into my belly buttons. And anything you put on your skin gets absorbed. Think of Bengay when you have tense muscles, and you put that cream and then your muscles get untense. So your skin has pores, and anything you put on it tends to get absorbed. I will do a video. Let me do a video on that. Why weren't you keen on water birth? You know, I'm 40. It was my first baby. And I just felt more comfortable at the hospital. People think I'm like anti-medical. I'm not. Believe it or not, my son has some I will be vaccinating some, not all. But I just felt comfortable being my first birth to just be at the hospital. I did interview many doctors before I chose the one that I liked. I did choose a natural birth. I didn't ask for any assistance. It was painful. I'm not gonna lie. You know, people say it was a beautiful experience holding my son, but before that, yeah, it was very painful. I'm holding on to a Qi coil, and this is just something I meditate with. I put it on my energy centers, and it just helps clear out the gunk. So each energy center is resonate. So here, your heart center is how you're able to love yourself and others. This energy center here, your thyroid, is how you're able to speak your truth. Are you able to express yourself? Are you able to, this would get affected if you grew up in a household where you said, hey mom, I think this is a great idea. And they're like, no, it's stupid. And you're kind of like, ugh, and you can literally feel that bulge. You're like, here, your root chakra is, do you feel safe in life? Do you feel grounded? Do you feel like you belong on this earth? Are you connected to your daily routine, or are you living in the past, or are you too worried about the future? This crown chakra is connected to God, source, energy. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in angels? Do you believe in, so usually if this is blocked, most people will not believe in those things. They're just like, oh, that's weird. And to each our own, we all have our journey, but you just these things get blocked, and they get blocked from other people's belief, from traumatic events. They get blocked from foods you eat, if you're eating certain foods. That sometimes happens. All I can say is get yourself, man was not designed to sit on a toilet like we do. They were designed to squat. So that puts a lot of pressure. So you can get yourself, they sell these, they're called potty squatty. And you just put your foot up and it helps you go the way man was intended to go. Everyone should have one, because we're not intended to sit like there and just like strain ourselves. So I can tell you that. And then of course, magnesium helps. Henry Rose is good too. Oh, I don't know Henry Rose. Could you DM me that? I'd love to look into it. I will do a belly button. What's good for kidneys? So kidneys, uva ursi is a wonderful herb, cherry tart juice. If you have kidney stones, you can use an herb. These are short-term treatments, not something you want to take for the rest of your life, but something like okay, I just got braces at the bottom of my teeth, and I have dyslexia, and it's hard to pronounce it. Just DM me, because I don't even want to try to pronounce it. But kidneys tend to accumulate heavy metals like cadmium. Cadmium's in the air. It's in fried food. It's in brake lining. You can smell it. You get cadmium. So it's important to take a mineral every day to help detox the heavy metals, like Shilajit. Shilajit would be great. It helps pull out the heavy metals from the body. And the kidneys especially tend to get heavy metals. You can do something called the adrenal cocktail and drink that. I can send you the recipe on Instagram. Can you come back? The hair loss. So Zora, anytime you've gone through trauma, your body takes up the minerals. Childbirth would be a type of trauma on the body. Being in a car accident, having COVID, having cancer. So it's important to replenish, and you need to take like Shilajit would be great. Taking baths. While you replenish, it's also important to get out the bad stuff, the fungus, the viruses, the parasites, which we all have. You know, like you have herpes or HPV. The only time you get an outbreak is when you're super stressed. So those pathogens are in you. So it's important to, like, as you're replenishing, you have to open up your pathways. So getting to a sauna, taking a bath, castor oil packs. And if you'd like to learn more, I do a monthly class where you learn how to make a sauna. You can learn how to do all these things if you wanted to. From, you know, that way, the more you have these things at home, the more you're going to utilize them, right? That's my thing. I'm anti-unnecessary medical. Well, you know, it's true. But if I got hit by a car, you're taking me to the hospital. I don't want a healer. You know, I just felt like in case something went wrong, I was at the hospital. I don't know. I felt safer doing that. It was my first baby. I didn't know what I was in for. Maybe my second one, hopefully if I have another one, I'm now mentally prepared. I know what I can expect. I know what the pain will feel like. And I can do it with a doula or somebody who's experienced. But the first time, I was just kind of like, you know, if something goes wrong, at least I'm there. Is magnesium safe to use with blood pressure? I believe so, but I would ask your doctor. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. So we all have different traumas. And it really, some of these things started in our childhood, especially after the age of 7. Because before the age of 7, our energy centers weren't closed. They could spin out, I'll show you, they were like vortexes, and they could spin out a lot of the crap. That's why kids, you know, they pretend play, but after the age of 7, it becomes more ingrained in you, these traumas, these, so here, for instance, this is you know, people who have pain constantly around here. These are untrapped traumas. And how, you know, energy depletion is a decrease of energy flowing down the limbs in the direction of distal end. The person cuts off the limbs by simply not allowing the energy to flow there. The result is weakened. So what is energy? Energy is from the food we eat, the minerals we take, the sun, the people we surround ourselves with, but also the memories we have built in life. And nothing's good or bad. It's all a lesson, right? The parents you chose, whether if they were, you know, abusive or crazy or had their own trauma, we actually chose these parents because we chose these lessons. And either we elevate from them or we stay stuck. And how do you elevate? You have to do the inner work. You know, nothing in life is easy. Nothing in life is easy. I wish I could just say, like, if I want to become a doctor, I can just get a degree. No, I have to study. I have to show up. I have to spend time learning. So everything is about, you know, showing up. And, you know, that's why I call it self-love. Making a meal, doing sauna, meditating for 5 minutes. I'm taking time out of my day to show up for myself. That is self-love. Just like I have this little baby and I constantly need to attend to it. And if not, the baby wouldn't thrive. The baby would literally just, you know, die. So same thing, you have to show up for yourself. You have to make time for yourself. And I used to be a people pleaser because I thought that's the way you gain love. But no, you have to gain love by being present for yourself, taking time, you know, having tools in your toolbox to help you feel balanced and relaxed. Is your necklace made out of crystals? It is. Very special crystals. I do like it. So this is your throat chakra, yes. Love, can you get me a little drink? Some water? Yes, please. You can, great love. Okay, did you get your Shilajit yet? Did you get your Shilajit yet? Urinary tract sensitivity or just stuff for UT? Uva ursi, it's called changa. I'm not going to pronounce it because now I have braces and it's even harder for me to pronounce. Uva ursi is a wonderful herb to add. You could do it short, on and off for 6 months. Like do a week on, take a few days off. Cranberry juice is wonderful. Demonase is a supplement you can take, and it's like the extract of the cranberry. Oh, let me know how you're feeling on the Shilajit. I don't know Rose brand herbal detox. I don't know that. There is an amino acid called lysine. It's not a cure, but you can take it when you have an outbreak. I don't think it will cure it, but it can definitely help. As soon as you feel that tingle and you take some, it stops the tingle. But you would want to get minerals into him. So Elizabeth, so when my husband had that, there was 2 things I gave him. One, I don't want to say because it's a trigger word. The other, I gave him Shilajit. I put him in the sauna. I gave him electrolytes, tons of coconut water with a little bit of sea salt to replenish him. I did that and then I gave him hibiscus tea. I made that because it was high in vitamin C. I also added vitamin C powder to it because vitamin C is one of the strongest antioxidants. I don't know Rose brand. How do you feel about coffee enemas? I like them. I did them a lot on my healing journey. I now do them once in a blue moon because I've mostly healed my gut, but they were part of my healing journey, and it's something I do teach in the class. So there's videos, and so yes, there was something, but you don't want to just use any coffee or anything like that. How much? Oh, it's 111, and you do get a workbook. And most people who do it, basically, I'm their friend for life. They always have questions. They DM me, and I'm there for them. I might not get back to you the same day, but I definitely do get back to you. So I can't tell you if it's, I used it. I can't tell you what to do during pregnancy. I'm not, but I used it and I felt it was safe. And I asked my teacher, who's a doctor, and he said it was fine. So I did it 3 times a week while I was pregnant. And yeah. Oh my God, that's so yummy. Oh God, this is so yummy. Shilajit is a resin that grows in the mountains. It comes in only 2 mountains, that's why it's kind of expensive, but it has all 84 trace minerals. They just come out with a new study for chronic fatigue on PubMed. So that was pretty awesome. I'm like, more and more studies are coming out about it for libido, for energy, for chronic fatigue. So I'm just so happy because the more studies that come out, the more people feel safer taking it, which I'm about to take mine. So I got my necklace from, I go to these healers. They live in mountains here, and they don't take money. They take food. They take food, or you give them a donation, and because they help a lot of people. So I get mine from there, and then I bring it home and I activate them with energy, with a machine. I'm thinking about, I don't know, would you guys be interested if I started offering this in the future on my website, like selling these crystals? But they're crystals from around this region, because most of them grow in the Himalayan mountains. Where did you buy it? This I got on their website, Qi Coil. Yeah, that's exactly it. And I use it to meditate. I'm using it right now on my energy centers. Thank you. I feel like my videos, Barbie, start every other day. See how you feel. Slowly build up your tolerance. It is very powerful. If you feel like you got a headache, just take a few days off because it does pull out the heavy metals, remember? And if you want more literature on it, they just came out with a new study on PubMed. Just DM me and I will send you those studies on Instagram. So I'm just so happy that more and more people, scientists, are backing it up. So that's pretty awesome. I'm grateful for that. K2's awesome. K2's awesome. I don't know what LDM 100 is. Thank you. A change in my energy, right? It's so amazing. It's so amazing. And I'm so grateful that I have access to the purest stuff, because the stuff powder, don't waste your money on the powdered stuff. I'm telling you right now, it's just don't waste your money. And the one that is liquidy, that has just been diluted with water. That's not how it comes down off the mountain. I just sell the pure tar form, 2 ounces of it. And so if you wanted it to last longer, you could dilute it as well. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I haven't been doing videos lately because I am a new mom and I have clients and it's just kind of time consuming. But I do want to like start making more like good content for you guys to learn how to make your own sunscreen, how to make body lotions. And it's just, sometimes I want to do it and then I can't. What can you do for brain pressure and brain fog? The liver, get the liver involved. Mary, they just spoke about the Shilajit that I offer, how amazing it is because it helps, you know, and studies are now backing it up. You can gua sha. You definitely want to gua sha. Get yourself a little gua sha tool. Shilajit, S-H-I-L. It's on my website. It's called Zor. But if you want more info, I think it's wonderful to understand it more. DM me and I will send you links of studies and all these things so you can read about what it actually does. Castor oil packs, Francis. Look up castor oil packs and try that. Castor oil packs. How's the baby sleeping? The baby, I'm currently in Pakistan. I'm waiting to go to my dad's farm. My dad has a farm in northern Iraq. He has olive trees, pomegranate trees, cherry trees, wild berry trees. We were planting lemons. We have tomatoes. It's on 2 acres. We have dogs. We have sheep. We have chickens. And I'm going to be opening up this farm to everybody, to my beautiful souls, not this year, but maybe in a year or 2. But I'm hopefully going to be going to the farm in August, I hope, with the baby. Thank you. Okay, let me go take the Shilajit. Which SPF and vitamin C brand is good? SPF, look for anything mineral. Mineral is always better than chemical. And you want to look for something that says non-nano zinc. So just type in non-nano zinc mineral sunscreen and that's what you'd want to use. Vitamin C you want to get from whole foods, not absorbic acid. Absorbic acid is just, won't have the other, God, I forgot, the plant nutrient, the phyto, I don't remember right now, but a good brand would be Camu powder, which is a berry that grows in the mountain and they make it into a powder and that has a lot of vitamin C in it. Hi, how are you? Oh, yes, let me see. Okay. I am going to turn this off, this live, and I'm going to go get right back on, okay? So if you guys wanted to check this out, it's called Qi Coil. It just basically helps you get rid of the gunk that is not ours. It's a frequency device, and you know, if you're not into meditating for hours like me, you would use this for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, they have an app, and you would put it on your energy centers, and it just kind of like gets the gunk that is not yours. And I always want to talk about, after you get off a phone call with certain people, you just feel off, you'd want to use this, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe you don't. Do you guys resonate with what I just said? Oh my God, this tea, these iced teas that I make, they're so good for the summertime. Been car shopping. Awesome. I don't know much about cars. Okay, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to get toxic people. Yeah, so you definitely need one of these, because what happens is, I'll give you an example. And sometimes when it's family members, you can't control it. You get off the phone and you're like angry. All of a sudden you were having a good day and you're just pissed off now. So what would you do? You would use one of these and you just kind of like, so instead of like grabbing like, you know, an anti-anxiety thing, you would just use one of these and just be like, that is not my energy. I return it back to where you came from. That is not my energy. Return back to where you came from. You should do that every day. Not my energy. Return back to where you came from. Okay, I'm going to hang up and then I'm going to get right back on, okay?